They make it too easy. They just make this far too easy for me. We talk a lot about propaganda in the mainstream media. There are very few reliable media sources. Almost every media outlet has an agenda, they have a narrative. Most are on the same side. Have you ever seen those clips that people put together? They will compile all these clips from MSNBC or CNN, the Young Turks, numerous politicians at press conferences. It's all these talking heads, all of them, saying the exact same thing verbatim. For years, it was global warming. When the weather started to get cold, they shifted to the more vague climate change. For 2 years, the media pushed nothing but COVID propaganda. You must wear masks. Get the vaccine. Get the second vaccine. Oh no, they're not working like we said they would. Get the booster. Listen to Fauci. Oh, everyone hates Fauci. Let's put this beautiful woman on television instead. We will make her head of the CDC. She looks much better than Dr. Spock. Maybe people will listen to her. The mainstream media is nothing but lies and propaganda. It's agenda driven garbage. It's the reason they are dying a slow, painful death. People are starved for authenticity. I had someone comment on one of my videos the other day. He was in his 50s. I believe he said he was an attorney. He said something to the effect of, I appreciate how you cut through the bullshit and present the truth. He said something like that. I receive emails every day with the exact same sentiment. People are looking for someone they can trust, someone who will give them reliable information, because you're not getting that in the mainstream media. What I'm about to share with you is a prime example of the media being agenda driven. Wednesday on Woke Take, Stephen A. Smith, Chris Russo, they were talking about Major League Baseball. The premise of the segment was Major League Baseball is struggling, they're in trouble. I happen to agree. We rarely talk about baseball here on the channel, but when I do, most of the time I will mention that Major League Baseball is hurting. When I was growing up, all three of the major sports leagues were thriving. The Jordan era in the NBA. The NFL was surging with the popularity of the Cowboys and the Niners. Major League Baseball was on fire. The strike in 94, it damn near killed them. But they were revived in 98 with the home run chase between Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa. 25 years later, I can sit here and rattle off superstars in Major League Baseball of that era. David Justice, Jose Canseco, Nolan Ryan, Roger Clemens, Derek Jeter, Alex Rodriguez, Ricky Henderson, Mark Grace. What about the dude that always wore the helmet when he was playing first base? John Olerud. I think it was John Olerud who always did that, but you get the point. That is off the top of my head, naming baseball stars from decades ago. Today, I couldn't name you 5 baseball players, and I read and cover sports all day, every day. Major League Baseball has become a regional sport, watched mainly by old men. Games are played at 1:30 on a Wednesday afternoon. Hell, the first round of the playoffs, they will schedule games mid-afternoon on a Thursday. Major League Baseball has failed to capture the attention of a younger audience. It's the same problem NASCAR is facing right now. Like I said, all of this was discussed Wednesday morning on Woke Take. Even a die-hard baseball purist like Chris Russo agrees that Major League Baseball has major problems, especially with another labor dispute happening right now. If there's one thing Americans just love, in a time where many people are going through a financial crisis, struggling to pay for gas, inflating food costs, all courtesy of the two dumbasses in the White House, Grandpa Joe and clueless Kamala. Their plan is working exactly how it was designed, but that's a topic for another day. But if there's one thing Americans can really get behind, it's millionaire athletes arguing about money in times of financial crisis. Check out what Stephen A. Smith had to say about Major League Baseball.
Baseball's in major trouble. And this is the thing. Revenue's down. Ratings are down. Those national ratings he was talking about. Yeah. You have not ingratiated yourself with the younger demographic, with minorities in this country. You haven't done it. And I'm not saying baseball hasn't tried. You've got the RBI program, like reviving baseball in the inner cities that they've been doing for years. Guys like Mark Teixeira and others were big on that. Doggy, I know about that. But nevertheless, they never were quite successful in getting that number of black individuals in the sport of baseball higher than 7 or 8%. Mm-hmm. And then when you look at this situation right now transpiring, I hearken back to the cancellation of the World Series in 1994. I would remind everybody that they didn't really begin resurrecting itself until McGwire and Sosa were chasing Roger Maris's single-season home run record. Everybody keeps forgetting. They acting like that was 1995. No, it was 1998. That means 1995, 96, 97. You had people who were down on the sport, and I'm looking at guys like a Mookie Betts making $22.5 million. He's the 32nd highest paid player. I'm looking at guys like Arenado and others that are getting paid exorbitant amount of dollars. I'm looking at DeGrom and Scherzer, both get paid over $35 million. Or in DeGrom case, I think it's 33 to 35. Scherzer's at $43.3 million. Folks, the average folk out there didn't want to hear it back then. How you feeling now that people have been losing their jobs because of COVID and how it's ravaged our nation and the globe? So all of those things taken into consideration, to miss games now, crying with millionaires and billionaires fighting, that is a bad look.
I don't know why he felt the need to bring race into it, besides the fact that Stephen A. Smith views everything through the prism of race. But besides that minor part, I agree 100% with Stephen A. Smith. Even after the 94 lockout and the stain it put on Major League Baseball, the following year, the 95 World Series averaged 29 million viewers. 2017, 19 million. 2018, 2019, 14 million. The World Series last year, 11.7 million. On a national level, ratings for the regular season did increase last year, but they are nowhere close to what they've been in the past. I think we can all agree this labor dispute is going to hurt Major League Baseball, a sport that is already struggling to remain relevant on a national level. But here is where the problem comes in with Stephen A. Smith, ESPN, and the rest of the mainstream media. Where in the hell is this same coverage with the NBA and NBA ratings? If the NFL drops a tenth of a point in the ratings, the media is all over the story. Major League Baseball struggles in the ratings, it's an entire segment on woke take. When the media does decide to cover NBA ratings, they come up with all kinds of bullshit. It's cord cutting, damn it. It's spring. People are outside. They're not watching TV. It's winter. People are too cold to watch TV. It's the COVID. People are afraid to catch the COVID from the TV. The NBA is the most popular league on social media. The NBA has the youngest audience. The league is as relevant as it's ever been. No, the NBA has never been this irrelevant. Even with wall-to-wall coverage in the media, endless promotion, the NBA continues to struggle to draw an audience. This time of year, ESPN dedicates most of their airtime to the NBA. The network will talk NFL ratings, they'll talk baseball ratings. When was the last time Stephen A. Smith or ESPN discussed ratings in the NBA? 2017, the last time the league actually maintained decent ratings. After that season, ratings began a steep decline. Stephen A. Smith would like you to believe that the NBA is the second most popular league in the country. Several years ago, I think it was Jalen Rose who said this. You know, Jalen Rose, the brilliant scholar that he is. I think Jalen Rose was the one that said the NBA would overtake the NFL in popularity in the next 5 years. Here we are, 5 years later, and the NBA draws a smaller audience than Major League Baseball. Last year, the World Series had 2 million more viewers per game than the NBA Finals. Regionally, baseball trounces the NBA in the ratings. In 2019, in the 17 markets that had both an NBA and MLB team, Major League Baseball outdrew the NBA in 14 of 17 markets. In Los Angeles, baseball outdrew the NBA, and the Dodgers were blacked out in a majority of Southern California homes due to a carriage dispute. Even with the Dodgers unavailable in the majority of homes, Major League Baseball still beat the NBA in the ratings in Los Angeles. What about revenue? The NBA is propped up by their masters in China. In exchange for unlimited fellatio from Adam Silver, Xi Jinping gives the NBA $5 billion per year. The NBA has annual revenues around $8 billion. Major League Baseball, $10 billion. In just about every metric, Major League Baseball beats the NBA. The question is, why does the media dedicate so much coverage to the NBA and ignore Major League Baseball? Why does the media make excuses for the NBA as their ratings continue to decline? Well, for one, the NBA has dedicated themselves to the agenda. Adam Silver has allowed the league to be used as a tool to promote the same narrative the media is promoting. Two, ESPN owns the broadcast rights to the NBA. The NFL, you can find them on Fox, CBS, NBC. ESPN gets the scraps for Monday Night Football. Major League Baseball is on Fox, FS1, and ESPN. But with the NBA, ESPN owns the bulk of the broadcast rights. Yeah, TNT gets a couple of games a week, but the majority of NBA games are on ESPN and ABC. The success of ESPN is directly tied to the success of the NBA. Now, Major League Baseball, they have problems, no doubt about it, but the problems in baseball are mainly internal. They have relatable, marketable stars. They just don't know how to promote them. The NBA's problems are external. The reputation of the league is in the shitter. People don't like their alliance with China. It disgusts people to see Adam Silver walking the streets with the spooge of Xi Jinping on his lips. Most Americans, they just can't relate to NBA stars because they politicize themselves. Not to mention the fact that NBA players don't give a shit about the regular season, so the casual fan no longer cares about the regular season. Hell, NBA players, they are at war with their own fan base. The other night, LeBron James was booed at home. I mean, he and the Lakers were booed relentlessly. At one point, LeBron turns to someone in the crowd, tells him that he knows nothing about basketball and to shut his ass up. A couple of days later, Draymond Green publicly defends LeBron. He doesn't defend the paying customers who are tired of paying money to watch LeBron and the Lakers suck. He fucking defends LeBron. He called NBA fans distasteful, disgraceful, pathetic. He called them spoiled brats. Yeah, that is a brilliant marketing strategy to get more people to watch your dying league. I also think one of the problems with the NBA is the media itself. People are tired of being lied to by the media. I think many people get turned off by the media constantly lying about the popularity of the NBA. If the NBA sees an increase in TV ratings over the last 2 years of record lows, that's when the media decides to cover it. NBA ratings are up 20%. The popularity of the league is surging. They never give you the full story, which is great for someone like me. The media does me a favor. People get their fill of bullshit from them, then come to someone like me to get the real story. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. Stephen A. Smith talking about Major League Baseball struggling and their problems, but will never bring that same energy with the NBA. Ironic. Sound off in the comments below. Make sure to like and subscribe. Click the notification bell to receive all notifications from the channel. Best way to contact me is by email at btlkc84@gmail.com, KC_BTL84 on Twitter. I'll see you guys later.